All right, welcome back to the Tap Takeover Podcast video edition, and we've taken it out of the studio today, and we've got a very special guest here at the Explorium Brewpub in Southridge Mall. So say hello, everybody, to Mike Doble, the owner and proprietor here at the Explorium.
Hey, everybody, how you doing? It's good to have you guys. I appreciate you coming out and checking out our little spot in this corner of the world.
Awesome.
So we got a little treat for us today, right? Why don't you tell us all about it, Mike?
All right, so we have a Cherry Chocolate Imperial Stout. This is the bourbon barrel-aged version. We're pretty proud of this beer. This is something we did with our buddies down at Cigar City Brewing. Joey and Wayne from Cigar City came up last summer in July. It was right in the middle of cherry season, and Wayne's like, "Hey, what kind of beer do you want to brew?" And so, he's a guy that's known for his big stout, so of course we're going to do a stout. But it was cherry season, so I said, "Hey, why don't we do some cherries?" And he said, "Well, if we're going to do cherries, we got to do chocolate." So, unbeknownst to them,
it's a natural combination.
Unbeknownst to them, I actually set aside about 3 barrels of this beer and put it into bourbon barrels. I actually sent them a bottle of this when it came out of we did this as a Black Friday release. It was pretty cool. I actually sent a bottle down to Joey and to Wayne for Black Friday, and they thought it was pretty damn badass. So.
Awesome. Well, it's enough talking about this beer. Let's give it a taste.
All right, here we go. So this beer pours very thick and dark. You'll notice the head on it is very dark. I mean, most stouts that we end up drinking are pretty. The head will be pretty light. This is just a very, very dark beer.
So what makes it give it the dark head?
All right, so there's a big mix of malts in here. We have malts from 3 continents in this stout. We have Patagonian malts. We have Maris-Otter floor malted pale malt that's in here. It's kind of the backbone of this beer. And then some really dark 750 Lovibond chocolate malts, just a really great base for a stout. And actually, when you look at our different stouts that we're doing, a lot of them are based on this stout recipe. We actually have 3 different base stouts that we use. This is one of them. So our Viracocha that we just got done doing is based on this. That's the one we added the ancho chilies and cinnamon and vanilla. This is. It's a really nice stout recipe, and it's good to learn from one of the masters in the brewing industry. So,
and I'll tell you what, it's a perfect stout for a cherry flavor. It doesn't mask the cherry; it enhances the cherry. And I think the idea to put it in a bourbon barrel was a really smart idea too, because you're getting that oak and that vanilla and that char, and it's working really well with that cherry flavor.
It's awesome. And some people have said that there's not a lot of cherry in the beer, and the reality is we're not making a cherry beer. The cherry to me comes out very tart up front. You just get that tartness. I mean, all of the sweetness of the cherry has really been fermented away in additional alcohol. Just all those different flavors. If we actually, when this came out of the barrel, we actually tasted it against the regular, and it's just a stark contrast between the 2 beers. So that's kind of the benefit of us doing what we do. We can kind of taste all these beers in series right next to each other. This has been a fun beer for us. I have a few bottles swirled away for myself.
Nice.
So as you said, this was a Black Friday release. Any plans for continuing that tradition?
Oh yeah, we'll absolutely continue the Black Friday tradition. It was very successful for us this year with a beer like this, and I'm not sure what next year will bring. I know for our anniversary, we'll continue the Viracocha series. We've already talked about taking the Viracocha and putting it into rum barrels for our 1-year anniversary, or our 2-year anniversary next year. So that's something we'll probably do this spring, and so it can rest in those barrels for a little while. For the Black Friday release, I'll be honest. I think what my propensity is to try to get a collaborative brewery to come up in July-ish and work with us on something different. Whether it's Wayne from Cigar City or maybe my brother from Tampa Bay Brewing, bringing his brewer Tim Ogden up. who's a really good guy, and do something like that. So I don't know. We'll do something creative, something fun. Something that inspires people to come hang out and eat donuts with us while we wait for 6 a.m. to actually sell beer.
Awesome.
So.
Well, that sounds fantastic. And for more details, stay tuned to the Tap Takeover podcast, and stay tuned this week for a huge interview with Mike Doble. Find out all about the Explorium. So, Mike, thanks for joining us, and thanks for sharing. And
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.